Hey everyone, welcome to week 2 of Learning Analytics. I just wanted to make a short video discussing our assignments for the week, kind of going through a few kind of administrative things in terms of setting up various accounts for applications we'll be using throughout the semester, and just give everyone a rundown of the assignment for the week. So like we talked about last week, we will be starting with a gentle introduction into the field of learning analytics. And I hope that kind of everyone has like a kind of a big picture idea of how the course is going to be designed, things we'll cover in various assignments. But for this week, we'll just kind of collaboratively read an article together, start sharing some ideas, and start getting kind of into the rhythm of using hypothesis for the rest of the semester. So this isn't published yet, but by the time you see this video, you should be able to click week 2 and see the various things that we will do this week. So the first thing is setting up your hypothesis account. So hypothesis is basically kind of like this collaborative annotation platform that allows us to, in a shared document, kind of annotate, comment, highlight on, reply to each other's ideas in kind of real time. And I'll demo that in a second here. But a few things that you should know about the platform is, one, you will need to have Google Chrome to avoid any glitches with the application. Two, you'll need to download this extension linked here that I'll show you in a second as well. You'll need to have a hypothesis account, and please use your X500 name. So mine is B Hussein, and everyone should have kind of the beginning of whatever comes before your @umn.edu. If you could please use that as your username to avoid any confusion about who's commenting and who's replying. You will need to join our hypothesis group, which I will show you here in a second as well. And then finally, making sure that you are in the right group, not the public group. And if something comes up, and this is something that you'll have to use throughout the semester, since permissions and access rights to various academic resources usually happen when it happens seamlessly when you're on campus, but when you're off campus, you'll have to use this kind of proxy that allows you to access academic resources wherever you are as a UMN student or someone with a UMN ID. So hypothesis, let's go over how to use that. So first thing you'll see when you visit hypothesis.com is the ability to sign up and annotate. Sign up to annotate, you'll be able to create a free account, and then you'll have to download the Chrome extension. The Chrome extension looks a little like this, where if you click it here, you'll be able to see annotations on whatever we're reading. And this is where you can see the groups you're a part of. The invite to this group is linked in our Canvas page. And please make sure that you are in the right group when annotating. So for example, hypothesis here looks like this for me. When I click on hypothesis and I've created an account and knows that I'm Basil Hussein as a user, and I've already linked to the first document we'll be reading together, titled Learning Analytics, discussing a little bit learning analytics, the emergence of a discipline, going over a little bit of the history of the field, how it came to be, kind of the big picture goals of the field, and going over some of the various core ideas that we will be threading through as we start learning more and diving deeper into certain facets of learning analytics. So as you can see here with hypothesis running, that you can open and close the hypothesis window. And if you click here, make sure that you're signed in and in the right group, you'll be able to see the annotations we're making as a class. So you'll be able to go through and highlight various things that you find interesting, annotate, start making a comment, be able to post that, and be able to reply to your peers in real time here. You'll be able to see what everybody's saying, posting, and sharing around this document in this group. So you can also go ahead and delete stuff that you were doing kind of as you were reading and don't want to be formally discussed when we meet up on Zoom. The main kind of use case of this platform, instead of just using Canvas as we can actually see the document and where you're annotating and where certain parts of the article are more or less interesting to the class. You'll be able to annotate anywhere you want. You can also make highlights for things that you don't want to formally comment on, but want to return back to. And so kind of the assignment for this week is to actually read this paper and make 2 to 3 substantive annotations. And by substantive, I just mean like an interesting question you have, an idea that you'd like to discuss next time we meet on Zoom. Not just something like, I know pretty much everybody in this class is in this class for the right reasons, and is going to be interested and engaged in the material regardless. But when I say substantive annotation, I don't just mean like, oh, cool, that's your annotation, or nice, exclamation point, that's your annotation. So yeah, just 2 to 3 substantive annotations and at least one reply to a peer on something that you found interesting that someone else in the class said. And we will be returning to our annotations as kind of, I guess, like the base of our conversation when we meet on Zoom. And so that's a quick demo into Hypothesis. It's actually really fun and engaging once you get started and have it set up, and we will be using this throughout the semester. So if you run into any technical issues, please let me know and we will get that resolved as soon as possible. So that's a little bit about Hypothesis. The proxy, oh yeah. So one thing that you might realize when you start trying to access some of these websites is that you won't have access to them if you're not logged into the proxy or on campus. So what you'll have to do, and since I'm logged in with my UMN ID right now, it's not giving me any issues about accessing the document. But if you run into any issues, you will have to reload the document using this proxy, which basically kind of long story short, will make it seem as if you're on campus as a student logged in, so that you'll be able to access the document. So whenever you're on a document that says you don't have permissions, just reload it as if you are on UMN using the proxy link loaded here. And it's a great idea to have it in your bookmark so that you can quickly have access to it. But it's also linked here in our Canvas webpage right here at the bookmarklet. So yeah, if you have any issues getting Hypothesis set up, please let me know. The Slack channel, so as soon as you have Slack downloaded on your desktop, which I'm sure a lot of you have used Slack before for work and stuff like that, you'll be able to click that and open the Slack page. It's just titled Learning Analytics Fall 22. And here we'll be making course announcements, discussing project ideas. Once we start getting the special interest group presentations and groups ready, we'll each have a channel for that so that we can quickly communicate with each other. So please join the channel because we'll be using it throughout the semester as well. Slack channel Hypothesis. So the weekly assignment here is going to be, again, going on Hypothesis, getting it set up, getting the channel, Slack channel set up, and then annotating on the introductory article that goes over kind of like the big picture ideas in learning analytics, and making 2 to 3 substantive annotations and replying to one peer. If you could please do that by Friday, that'd be great, so that we can kind of digest it before we meet on Zoom the following week. And so that you can kind of go into the weekend not having to worry about completing any assignments. If you, again, I'm flexible with deadlines and not a huge stickler on deadlines. So if this week just happens to be a super busy week for you, please let me know ahead of time so that we can kind of organize some kind of arrangement where you can submit it over the weekend or something. But yeah, just let me know ahead of time so that we are all on the same page about engagement and participation in the class. Also, I created a poll here that you are able to complete and share your availability on when we should move forward with Zoom discussions. If you could please complete this by Friday as well. Again, we discussed this last week. We're thinking that Thursday afternoons work for the most people, but if you want to just complete the poll and say if Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, or Friday afternoons work best for you for our bi-weekly um, Zoom discussion meetings, yeah, that'd be great so that we're all on the same page about when to meet and when everybody um, may or may not have conflicts about meeting times. And yeah, I think that's most everything we needed to discuss for the week. Again, if you run into any technical issues or have any questions about the course, please reach out and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Other than that, I hope everybody has a great week and enjoys reading the article. And yeah, I'll see everybody next week on Zoom. Thanks. Bye.